Hi everyone, so I'm back with a reading wrap up for April. So this, I know, is a week late. That's because I was at Comic Con on the weekend, just gone. So I couldn't film it on the Saturday because I was doing prep for that, and then I couldn't film it on the Sunday because I was actually there. And I can't film during the week. So in April I read 6 books, 3 physical, which is not my usual, but I'll go with it. 3 physical, 2 on the Kindle, and 1 audio. But I didn't have the audio book because I didn't like it. So I'm gonna just start. I have all the Goodreads stuff here. April was not a great reading month in the fact that I read That Was My Shoulder, some pretty meh books. But so the first book I read was Pastel Lepone, a memoir. So this is just her memoirs. So Pastel Lepone is a Broadway star. So this is about like her life on stage. I know it's a completely different angle. My iPad is charging at the same time I'm doing this. So I gave this 5 stars. So it's basically her personal battles throughout her life. And when she swept the 2008 Theatre Awards and things like that, about her schooling and everything. Wondering why I'm wearing a tank top. We've currently got heat wave, so you can see all my tattoos, which is nice. So I'm just loving up the review. So I gave it 5 stars. Like I said, it's insightful to learn about her experiences both in her personal life and her onstage life. Her experiences of being a part of the first Juilliard drama group was very similar to an experience I had of being the first BTEC drama group in my school. So I shared that kind of relatability with her, in that kind of sense. Being like an experimental group, not knowing whether it was going to go right or wrong. Ours went terribly wrong. It's now improved since then as far as I'm aware, but ours just went awful. Some of us got good grades out of it, but it just did not go right. We were the first to use the kind of course in our school. Not the first in the country, but the first in our school. But she was the first to use the Juilliard course. But yeah, so this definitely a 5-star read. Anyone who likes Broadway will probably like that. The next book I read was the audiobook, which was Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I DNF'd this at 32%, gave it 1 star. Didn't like it at all, just found she complained a lot, was very insufferable. Didn't really like it, found it quite boring. And the characters were just bland. It's very rare I DNF a classic. Charlotte Bronte is not for me. Next I read was The Cottage, by Lisa Stone. I read this on my Kindle. By the way, I haven't decorated my Kindle. My Kindle case is now decorated with Ghost Adventure stuff, so yeah. I gave this 3 stars. It was okay. It was an okay thriller. It did though make a medical atrocity into a thriller, which kind of felt wrong, using what could be someone's medical and family trauma, which he did say it was based on a true story at the end, is just kind of wrong. But the intersection of Jan and Ian's story actually wasn't needed. They could have done 2 books. Like the intersection of pulling Jan and Ian's story, which are 2 separate stories in general, was not needed. They could have done that separately. I gave it 3 stars because it was actually written very well. It's just using the medical trauma and pulling those 2 stories together wasn't actually needed. next book I read was Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Again, 3 stars. I genuinely thought I was gonna like this. It's about Alex and Ava, who is their best friends to lovers. No, brothers best friends to lovers, which I've just read one of them, and I really liked it. I don't know why I didn't like this. Well, I know why I didn't like this one, but the same trope, just didn't like this way of writing it. So, Alex is a mafia kind of dude, driven by the tragedy that's haunted him for most of his life, and Ava is a free-spirited trapped by nightmares of childhood she can't forget. The Operation Emotion that was included in this was a bit weird. The feelings just went way too fast. The plot was more focused on his revenge on his family rather than their actual relationship, which is not what I was wanting. And I thought the twisted meant kinky, not twisted as in her childhood trauma being dumped on everyone. Yeah, this is going to be on hold. I'm putting that in a separate pile. Yeah, I did think it meant kinky, not Ava Chen's childhood trauma. I do have the rest of the series. I am going to give the rest of the series a chance. I'll read all 4 of them and see whether I actually like the rest of it. But Twisted Love, not a good start. 3 stars. Then I read Haunted Adeline, which is the first one by Cale H.D. Carlton. The first one in the Cat and Mouse duet. Gave it 4 stars. I read this on my Kindle. So it was long. It went on for longer than it should have. Dragged on in certain parts. The mystery of the murder was interesting, but the projecting that Adeline did onto Zaid wasn't great, assuming all stalkers are bad. I am not in any way saying you should go and stalk someone. Sounded like I was. No, I am not saying that. She wasn't looking at him as his own person. She was just assuming he was going to be a bad person. Like he was going to be like everybody else that she'd kind of come across in that sense. But the smut was written really well. Would you say I enjoyed that? I don't know. But the smut was really good. I won't be reading the second one. It's just too long for me. As a romance, I don't really think it needs to be 500 pages. But I did enjoy it and I gave it 4 stars. The last book I read, we had a bit of a romancy month, but I did go with Spellslinger by Sebastian D. Castell. This is a hardback. I finally ventured back to hardbacks. 3 stars. Yeah. I was investing in something that was going to be hopefully a good series. I never bought the rest of them, but I was hoping this was going to be a good series so I could read the rest of them. First of all, would have liked a warning for the scenes of the animal abuse, which was a lot more graphic than I initially thought they were going to be. So this is about Kellen, who is a magic a gen tap. You have to kind of like you end up in a first mage's duel at the start of the 4 trials that will make you a spellcaster. His magic disappears though, so he has to take like a different path. So Ferry's Parfax ends up being one that our ghostly travellers. So she meets him and they go on this kind of like quest together to find his magic. But yeah, I would have liked forewarning for that. But the magic system was quite interesting. the way they like combine people to stop them using magic is different from like other magic systems in other books, but I would like to have had that forewarning. So this has got one as well, because I can't get invested in the series that is just like 9 books long, and the first one's a 3-star. Like, I was expecting better. I do like the cover though. The cover's cute, but I can't keep a book because its cover's nice, because I have no space. So yeah. So that is what I've read for the month of April. So to kick off the month of May, I have already read 4 books. My challenge is at 32 out of 40. I am currently reading Swifted and Saddled by Lila Sage, which is the second book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. And I'm also reading Ghost Hunting for Dummies by Zach Bagans, which is a bloody long book, but I'm quite enjoying it. I'm annotating that one as well. By annotating, I'm highlighting important bits, because I'm looking into being a paranormal investigator myself, so yeah, a young one at that. I'm looking into doing all of that. I just see I actually have them tattooed. New one. Yeah. So yeah. So that's currently what I'm reading. I don't have an audiobook yet. Normally I do 3 books at a time. I haven't decided on my audiobook for this month, because I finished Mr. Magic, so review will come at next month. So probably make a decision and you'll hear about that. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you when I do my next video. Bye.